Hey guys, so I just got back from the theater from seeing Mother. Mother! Exclamation point. Man. I have a lot to fucking talk about, so I want to let's just start getting into this review right now. Okay. Going into this thing, I was really looking forward to this. Because I was just intrigued from just the trailers. I got a trailer for this like a month ago, only about a month ago, and I was just like intrigued. Like, okay, what is going on in this thing? What batshit craziness is going on in this thing? I was like intrigued, and it was also being directed by the guy who, Darren Aronofsky, the guy who's made such films as The Wrestler, Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, Noah. It was his last film. So he's made a lot of crazy, batshit, insane movies before. And this looks like a movie. From the trailers, it looked like it was right up his alley. To the point, I had no idea what the hell was going on in these trailers. But I was intrigued. And I have seen, like, a lot of people, the reviews for this thing have been divisive, to say the least. There's people that love this movie or fucking hate this movie. And I was like, all right, I'm kind of intrigued. And it's something that I have noticed throughout Aronofsky's career, that this seems to happen a lot, because I kind of consider him, and I know this might be sacrilege to some people to say this, I consider Aronofsky to be the modern day equivalent of fucking Stanley Kubrick, and that he makes some really goddamn good movies, but there is, in a lot of ways, a wide spectrum of people when it comes people's opinions when it comes to both their movies, and that either you love them or you hate them as a director. And I'm a person that loves him, so he's one of those guys I will sit there and go see any movie he makes if it has his name attached to it, as far as directing goes. And where do I fucking start? That's all I gotta say right off the bat. Where do I fucking start? Okay, I think the best way I can describe this movie is the reaction of the audience that I sat with this movie through. As the movie ended, the credits rolled, and Aronofsky's name popped up, and in the background, for the first time I've ever heard this happen in a theater, some guy just stood up and went, "What the hell is that?" I was like, and I'm like, right? What the hell was that? And I have been sitting here, it's been about an hour since I've sat and saw this movie. I don't know whether to recommend or not recommend this movie, because this is an experience. It's something that needs to be seen to believe, but you need to kind of know what you're getting into going in, if that makes any sense. Because, man, it's hard to put into words with this fucking film. I will say this: the acting in this movie is great. It is really good. Especially in the first half of this movie. Goddamn, the acting, Jennifer Lawrence throughout this movie was basically just saying the same things I was saying while watching this in a theater. What the fuck is going on? Who are these people? Why is this happening? I was asking the same questions that she was saying on the screen, and I'm like, and her reaction was just kind of felt genuine, really fucking genuine, because I would probably be acting the same exact fucking way in a lot of ways. And this movie, you kind of feel like you're with this character, and that you're kind of just going along for the ride like they are. You don't know what the fuck is going on. And she doesn't either. Javier Bardem, you can tell, is something's fishy with this guy. I don't know why you would stay married to this guy I don't know how long they were married, but Jesus Christ, you can tell something's fishy with him. He's a poet who's got writer's block, and he lives in this house that was burned down earlier in his life, and him and Jennifer Lawrence have helped rebuild this house and make it into a home. And like you see in the previews, Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer pop up somewhere in about 20 minutes into this thing, and kind of unannounced, and basically kind of okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to get into spoilers. Just, if you don't want to know what goes on in this movie, I'm going to try to be kind of discreet when talking about certain things, but it's going to be hard to get into talking this movie without getting into spoilers. So, with that in mind, alright, everybody's still around. Okay, that has seen this movie. Ed Harris, you find, comes to their house, and their house is, in the middle of fucking nowhere, and he is, you find out, a big fan of Javier Bardem. And then you find out also at the same time through Michelle Pfeiffer and Javier Bardem that he is dying, and that one of his dying wishes is to meet his favorite poet, who's Javier Bardem. And he is attached to every word that Javier Bardem gives him and stuff like that. And then weird shit starts happening with them and Michelle Pfeiffer and him. And Michelle Pfeiffer's fucking great in this thing. I love Michelle Pfeiffer in this movie. She is just so super awkward and so fucking weird that you're I'm wondering what, you keep going, what is going on with this character? Who is she? What, the dialogue between her and Jennifer Lawrence is so fucking weird. She just says the most inappropriate things at the worst times. And, this movie had me with the first half of this movie, pretty much from the beginning to when Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer's character leave. This movie kind of had me. I was interested. It was weird. It was this is fucking really weird. Where is this movie going? What is happening? There was a bunch of that going on in this movie, but you were still intrigued, and you're this. It was captivating me enough. I'm why is this movie getting so divisive reviews? I remember halfway, about an hour into this movie, I'm why is this movie getting divisive reviews? Because it's not that bad. It is kind of confusing here and there. Something weird is going on, but it's it's nothing too out of the ordinary with Aronofsky, and it's kind of not that, crazy. And then the last half hour happened. And that last half hour is where it's going to lose a lot of fucking people, and it is where I have no idea. Because of the last half hour, I don't know whether I recommend this movie or not, because this last half hour is batshit insane. This movie, and something I forgot to mention with this movie, is that this movie is relentless. One of the words I kept hearing about with this movie, watching reviews for this, is that it's relentless. And that is a great way to put it, because it does not give you any time to breathe, because it's just going at 100 miles an hour and just keeps going and going and going and going. To the point, when the last half hour happens, man, does it feel like your head's going to explode, because so much shit happens. It becomes there's a cult, there's police brutality, there's shootings, there's army coming in, and then there's all this weird shit. That's the best way to describe it without getting the spoilers. And when you think this movie is kind of calmed down and stuff like that, fucking baby murdering happens. Spoiler alert, that happens in this movie. And also fucking baby eating, or eating of babies. I am not fucking joking. that is one of the points where at this movie where I go, I was that really fucking necessary? I understand where they were going, why they went with it. I understand. I completely understand. But what they were trying to do with it, what it had to do with the story, I get it. But was that really fucking necessary? And then the movie ends with a twist where you're going, I should have seen that fucking coming. And, like, the more you think about it, like, after you watch it, you're like, yeah, there was just so many goddamn signs that you should have seen it coming. But Jesus Christ, like, that last half hour, man, it is really goddamn confusing. Like, you can be paying attention to what's going on, and because of the fast-paced mentality of this movie, it is really hard to, like, figure out what is going on. And then when you figure out what is going on, it throws so many more batshit insane things at you, just like your head can't comprehend. Like, my head can't comprehend, like, man, this is a movie that's gonna be divisive. I understand why people hate it. Because this movie becomes basically, by the end of it, an allegory for religion. Honestly, not even an allegory, just a straight up message about the dangers of religion and following everything you are told and everything else. It becomes a weird allegory. There's like so many weird messages going on throughout this fucking film. Like, that whole message about religion doesn't come until like the last half hour. Like it comes out of nowhere, it feels like. But then at the same time, as you sit and think about it more and more after you see it, you're like, okay, I guess there was, that makes sense. This weird thing makes sense. That weird thing makes sense. And like the stuff that you didn't know what the hell that had to do with anything starts to make sense throughout the whole thing. And I'm like, but it's an experience, and it's a movie. I don't know whether to recommend this or not. I really don't know. I don't know whether even I liked it or not. I still, like, it's a movie I'm gonna have to sit on for like a while. This is the weirdest review I've ever had to do, because I can't figure out whether to recommend it or not. And like I could do this review a couple days from now, and I still think that my opinion would be the same. I don't know. Like, it's an experience, and it's something that you probably, if you're a film fan or an Aronofsky fan, you should probably sit for this. It's interesting. It's not boring, and I won't forget this anytime soon that I ever saw this, but man, yeah, Mother. That's all I can say is Mother. Man, this is the first time I think this is the first time I've done a review where I can't figure out what the hell to do with this, like whether to recommend this or whether to tell people to see this. I don't know. I don't know. As far as trailers go, man. I got a lot of weird trailers in front of us, which is only fucking fitting. A lot of, like, movies, films that, like, I think premiered at film festivals just recently. Suburbicon, it's a George Clooney movie about... It's a weird fucking trailer. This is a weird movie about Matt Damon as this guy, suburban dad that's living with his son, who these gangsters come in and kill his wife and try to kill him again or something. I don't know. And it's kind of like he's like an ordinary guy that's trying to, like, stop these gangsters and kind of murders a few of them. Kind of becomes Jason Bourne almost. It looks so weird. It looks alright. Downsizing. This I can't say that this is not a unique kind of film that I've never seen done before. It's from Alexander Payne, the guy who made Sideways and Descendants, two very good movies. I really like him as a director and writer and director. It's a movie about in the future where, in order to, I don't know how this logic makes any sense, but somebody in the comments can tell me, to control the growing population of the world, they decide to invent a procedure where you can basically be shrink down into size and live in miniature houses and miniature world, and it's like a non-reversible procedure or something like that. And it becomes Honey, I Shrunk the Fucking Kids, basically. I don't know what the hell. It's a weird little film. As I said, I can't say that's not unique. It's like a kind of upbeat comedy that seems like something Alexander Payne would do. So because it's him, I'd be like, all right, it doesn't look too bad. I forgot who the hell was in that. Who was in that? I'm gonna look that up in a second. Oh, Matt Damon's in that one too. And Kristen Wiig. I'm like, huh. It's like I got 2 Matt Damon trailers in front of this. The Shape of Water. I'm looking forward to this. This looks like our Guillermo del Toro might be getting his fucking Oscar finally. It's a movie. It's his new movie he's directing about this mute janitor who works at like this science facility where they're working on like a weird creature that looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon esque. Sally Hawkins, who plays the mute janitor who doesn't speak, but she speaks with sign language. It's like, I haven't seen Sally Hawkins in something in a while. That's kind of fun. And it looks like any Guillermo del Toro movie, and it looks really good. It looks like really pretty, and the designs, the creature designs, the main creature itself, I would be shocked if that's a lot of practical effects, because it usually is with his films. God damn, it looks like a Guillermo del Toro movie, definitely. Love him as a director, so it looks like, and I saw it's getting really good reviews. I'm like, good, like maybe this is like his maybe he'll get recognized at the Oscars. Maybe it looked good. Like I said, I like his kinds of films, and this looks like it's right up his alley. Flatliners. This is Shape of Water. Flatliners. I got a new trailer for that. It's basically a shorter version of the trailer. Again, I never saw the original. I think this is a sequel, not a remake. I don't know. I've heard it's a sequel, not a remake, but I keep asking myself every time I watch this trailer, like, why would you do that? Why would you even do something stupid like, oh, stop your heart and then be revived? It sounds really fucking stupid. Like, just no. Stop. And then the last trailer I got was it's only fitting that this was in front of fucking Mother, because I have no idea what's going on in this trailer whatsoever. The Killing of a Sacred Deer. What the hell is this? So, this is from the guy that made The Lobster, that movie The Lobster that came out last year. I didn't see it. I heard it was shit, especially if you're, it was from some people that it was a fucking pretentious bullshit movie. And this kind of looks like that same thing, but this is like a horror movie-esque, like a psychological thriller that's supposed to be it's one of those that has all those reviews where it's like, this is like innovative psychological thriller that you've never seen done before, and yada yada yada, all those fucking critics praising it. I hate those kinds of reviews or trailers. It's like a revenge flick about a kid getting revenge on a family with Nicole Kidman and Colin Farrell or so. I don't know what the hell was going on in that trailer. I wasn't really paying attention that much, and if you aren't, you won't figure out what the hell is going on. The kid, I don't know who that kid is. I've seen him in movies before. Somebody in the comments can tell me, I'm sure. He's weird and awkward, and I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. my brain can't comprehend anything after Mother at all anymore. I did say last week before I go that I was going to try to go see like pretty much maybe every mainstream movie that comes in my theater from this point forward, since I got that movie pass. I still saw Mother basically for free, so I can't complain. And I would do that whole go see every mainstream movie that comes in my theater if I had the time, but I really don't. So what I'll do from this point forward is every week there will be at least one review, like it was in the old days. I'm going to do that from this point forward. Maybe in some weeks where there isn't really anything out worth note, I will go see something that has been out for a few weeks or something, but any request from this point forward. Next week, what the hell is next week? Coming out next week? Isn't Kingsman coming out next week? If it is, I'm gonna have a review for fucking Kingsman next week. I'll tell you that. Kingsman, Lego Ninjago movie. Battle of Sexes, and oh god, Friend Request. I'm not seeing Friend Request. No. If you want to know what that movie, how that movie is, it's been out for 3 years. Look it up. It's online. It's like, I think even on fucking Amazon. Why is this getting a wide release in the theaters? It's been out for 3 years in Europe. Like, there's reviews of it out there to tell you everything that happens in that movie. So what? I don't know. Yeah, go. I don't know. I can't even say go see Mother, but I go at your own risk. There you go. I guess that's my review for my final thoughts on Mother. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.